We're back in invitations, and I want to talk a little bit about paper invitations. Right now, as you can see, we have 60 online and one paper. Let's get some more paper invitations in here just to show stuff. So I'm going to just choose 10 of them, and I'm going to right click and say let's change the type to be a paper invitation. Okay, so now we have these paper invitations. We had that one. Maybe I selected 11 of them. So now we have 12 paper invitations. So here they are. Some we don't have addresses for. They are not ready really to be mailed, obviously, and this one has a kind of a funny address, but it can be changed by going in here. One thing I want to mention is in my earlier example, I didn't fully spell things out, and you really should when you're doing paper invitations. So one main street you probably should do, and you'd say, let's do this nice town, and we'll do spell out Pennsylvania. You know, when you're doing paper invitations, make sure you spell out street, drive, avenue, and you spell out the state, so that will look best when it's printed or if you give it to a calligrapher. So that is definitely recommended. So again, iDo is very good at creating your outer and inner wording. Here you can say it's for one individual. If she's going to be bringing a guest, you can see how the inner envelope wording changes. You can always override it if you so choose, but the defaults are usually very accurate. And I'll save that one. Let's do that. And let's do one where we have some doctor. Oh, here's some doctors. So we have Dr. Rachel and Richard. We'll go like that. So here it says Doctors Richard and Rachel Rickson, and the doctor is Rickson. So that's a neat example there. We'll save that one. Let's get back in here on this Mr. and Mrs. John Doe. You can click on this. Again, the wording is looking appropriate. Right here is a little link here that says formal, so the inner envelope wording can be formal or personal. So if you click on that, you can change the inner envelope etiquette from formal to informal, and that'll change all of your invitations. So I'm going to say yes. It goes through the whole system to update all of them, and here you say it's John and Sally, so it'll just use their first name or their nickname, whatever is present. So that's a way to change all of the invitations when you change that setting. Here you'll see the RSVP ID, it has a number, and that's very helpful when you receive them in the mail, so you can associate RSVPs to individuals. And one thing else I'd like to talk about is sorting RSVP IDs. You might have them in, maybe when you entered them in, you did them in a non-alphabetic way. You might have entered the Zachary family first, and then you entered in the Mr. and Mrs. Alphabet last, so everything will be sort of out of sorts. For instance, the Doe family is number 60, but the Ryan family is 59. So in theory, you have it alphabetized and numbered in the order. You'd want to see it that way. So we'll do sort RSVP IDs, and this will click sort RSVP IDs to assign a unique number 1 through 61, with each invitation sorted alphabetically by last name. Invitations marked as sent are not affected. So we'll click sort. Here all the invitations are sorted. Here's the numbering system, but the numbering system is for all of the invitations, so you can see that everything now is alphabetic and numerically in order. So everything looks nice and precise. The last letter was S, and that's number 61. So you can see everything's based on last name. Everything's looking really good. So if you're happy with your RSVP IDs and you've sent out invitations and you've received RSVPs, you then want to lock the RSVP IDs because you don't want that to change. You want 1 to always link to Adams, 2 to Allen, 3 to Anderson, etc. So what you can do is you can click on lock, and that will lock all these RSVP IDs denoted by the lock. You can double click it and see that it's unable to be edited, and that way that'll work out real good. And if you add a new invitation, we'll just do a new one. So no matter where it is alphabetically, let's do we did them all alphabetically. Let's do a new contact. Let's just do one real quick and say Mr. Adam Adamson, 123 Main Street. Do that short and sweet. We'll just add that person. We'll hit save. And then this person will be down at the bottom. It'll be Adamson will be number 62. You would think you'd be up earlier, but we've already sorted and locked them, so we're going from this point out. So now Adamson 62. Let's talk about the reports that you can do from the invitation screen. Again, we have a Word and Excel buttons here. Whatever your current filter is, whatever you're looking at, if you click on Word, that's what you're going to get in the report. So click on this. Here is the Bethany and Gregory wedding invitations report. All of them are here. This is helpful to print if you're going to be doing some invitations yourself. You can sit around a table and use this. And we also have this Excel report. This has a format that's used by a lot of online invitation companies. They can use this CSV file and import it and help create all the invitations for you. So those are the reports, and let's move on to RSVPs.